Blood pressure silently damages your arteries for years before you feel a single symptom. And here is what the latest cardiology research is confirming. The seniors who maintain the healthiest blood pressure numbers into their 70s and 80s are not the ones with the most prescriptions. They are the ones eating 3 specific foods that most people walk right past at the grocery store every single week. Today, I am going to show you exactly what those 3 foods are, how they work inside your cardiovascular system at the biological level, and the precise way cardiologists now recommend consuming them for maximum effect after 60. Stay through to number 1, because that food alone has been shown in peer-reviewed research to rival the effects of a low-dose antihypertensive. That is not hype, that is published science, and you deserve to know it. If you are new here, welcome. This channel exists for one reason, to take the most current cardiovascular and aging research and translate it into practical guidance that actually makes sense for men and women over 60. We do not guess. We do not sell supplements, we follow the peer-reviewed literature, and today's research on blood pressure and diet is genuinely remarkable. Before we dive in, if you have found this channel valuable, please kindly like this video and hit subscribe, turn on notification right now. We publish new content every week specifically for healthy aging after 60, and you do not want to miss what is coming next. Now I want to hear from you. How old are you and where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments below. We read every single comment. Let's get into it. Here is what most people over 60 are never told about their blood pressure. Think of your arteries like a garden hose. When you are young, that hose is flexible. It expands and contracts easily with every heartbeat. But after 60, a process called arterial stiffening begins to accelerate. The walls of your blood vessels gradually lose their elasticity. Your heart has to work harder to push blood through. And your systolic number, that top number on your reading, begins to creep upward. This is why the American Heart Association identifies adults over 65 as the highest risk group for hypertension. Related events. In fact, research published in the journal Hypertension found that over 70% of adults between ages 65 and 74 meet the clinical definition of high blood pressure. Here is the critical piece. The foods you eat directly influence something called endothelial function, the health and flexibility of your arterial walls. Feed your endothelium the right compounds, and it releases nitric oxide, a molecule that causes your blood vessels to relax and dilate. Blood flows more freely. Pressure drops. The 3 foods we are covering today are specifically chosen because the research on their effect on nitric oxide production and arterial flexibility in adults over 60 is among the strongest in nutritional cardiology. Before food number 3, I want to ask you something. What is your most recent blood pressure reading? Type it in the comments below, even just the top number. You would be surprised how many people watching right now have never shared that number out loud. And how much it helps to simply acknowledge where you are starting from. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. This is exactly the kind of video we make every week. Food number 3, oats, specifically whole rolled or steel-cut oats consumed in the morning. Here is why cardiologists pay attention to this one. Oats contain a soluble fiber called beta-glucan. When beta-glucan enters your digestive system, it forms a thick gel that binds to cholesterol compounds and removes them before they can enter circulation. Less oxidized LDL in the bloodstream means less arterial plaque, and less arterial plaque means less resistance your heart has to push against. A meta-analysis published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition reviewed 28 randomized controlled trials. Consumption produced a measurable reduction in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure, particularly in adults over 55. Who were already showing elevated readings. The recommendation from cardiologists: 1/2 cup of dry rolled oats every morning, not instant oats in a flavored packet. Those are loaded with added sugar that counteracts the benefit. Plain rolled oats or steel cut. Cook them, top with a sliced banana, and you are actually combining two blood pressure supporting foods in one bowl. Pro tip: add a small pinch of cinnamon. Research from the Journal of Nutrition suggests cinnamon compounds support insulin sensitivity, which is directly connected to blood pressure regulation in older adults. Food number 2, fatty fish. Yes, number 2 is fatty fish, specifically salmon, mackerel, or sardines, consumed at minimum twice per week. Here is the mechanism. After 60, chronic low-grade inflammation becomes one of the most significant drivers of cardiovascular disease. Inflammation stiffens arterial walls, disrupts endothelial function, and makes blood pressure control dramatically harder. Fatty fish are the most potent dietary source of EPA and DHA, the two omega-3 fatty acids that have the most documented anti-inflammatory effect on the cardiovascular system. A landmark study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association followed over 40,000 adults and found that those with the highest omega-3 intake had a 15% lower risk of developing hypertension over a 10-year period compared to those with the lowest intake. For adults already managing elevated blood pressure, the reduction in systolic readings was clinically significant. The target: 2 to 3 servings per week, roughly 4 ounces per serving. Wild-caught salmon or canned sardines in water are the most accessible and cost-effective options. If fish is not an option for you, high-quality algae-based omega-3 supplements provide the same EPA and DHA compounds, because that is actually where the fish get it from in the first place. If you are still with me, and I am glad you are, here is a quick reminder. Most people who watch videos like this never subscribe, which means they never see the follow-up content. Please do not let that be you. Hit subscribe right now and hit the bell so you are notified the moment we post. This is the one most people are genuinely surprised by. Food number 1, beets. Beets, or more specifically, beetroot, in any form, whole, roasted, or as a pure cold-pressed juice with no added sugar. Here is why cardiologists are taking this seriously. Beets are extraordinarily rich in dietary nitrates. When you consume those nitrates, your body converts them through a process involving bacteria in your saliva into nitric oxide. And nitric oxide does something remarkable inside your arteries. It signals the smooth muscle in your vessel walls to relax. The vessels dilate. Blood flows with less resistance. Blood pressure drops. A study published in the journal Hypertension, one of the most cited cardiovascular journals in the world, found that adults who consumed 1 cup of beetroot juice daily experienced an average reduction of 8 mmHg, unsystolic blood pressure within 24 hours. To put that in context, a common first-line antihypertensive medication typically produces a reduction of 9 to 12 mmHg. 1 cup of beetroot juice. 24 hours. No prescription required. For seniors over 60, the specific benefit is amplified because aging naturally reduces the body's nitric oxide production. Dietary nitrates from beets directly replenish what time has taken away. How to consume it. Roasted beet slices 3 to 4 times per week, or 4 to 8 ounces of pure cold-pressed beetroot juice in the morning. At least 2 hours before any blood pressure medication if you are currently taking one. Always discuss dietary changes with your physician, particularly if you are on antihypertensives, as combining the two can cause blood pressure to drop too low. Pro tip: do not use mouthwash immediately after eating beets.
The antibacterial properties of mouthwash destroy the saliva bacteria your body needs to convert nitrates into nitric oxide.
The conversion happens in your mouth first. Mouthwash before a meal is fine. After, give it at least an hour. What I want you to take away from today is simple. Blood pressure management after 60 is not just about what your doctor prescribes. It is about what you put on your plate consistently over time. The research is clear. The biology is real. And these three foods, oats, fatty fish, and beets, give your cardiovascular system exactly what it needs to function better. Starting this week, quick recap. Oats, half cup dry, every morning. Beta-glucan reduces arterial plaque load. Fatty fish, 2 to 3 times per week. Omega-3s reduce vascular inflammation. Beets, roasted or juiced, 3 to 4 times per week. Dietary nitrates restore nitric oxide production. All three are available at any grocery store. None of them require a prescription. Here is my question for you this week. Which of these three foods are you already eating, and which one are you going to add first? Type your answer below. We always read every comment on this channel, and I genuinely want to know where you are starting from. If this video helped you, please share it with someone you care about who is over 60 and managing their blood pressure. It takes 10 seconds and it could genuinely make a difference for them. Subscribe if you haven't yet. We are here every week with research-backed guidance built specifically for healthy aging after 60. Take care of yourself. You have earned it. Disclaimer: the information in this video is for educational purposes only and is based on published nutritional and cardiovascular research. It is not intended as medical advice and does not replace the guidance of your physician or licensed healthcare provider. Always consult your doctor before making significant dietary changes, particularly if you are currently managing high blood pressure or taking any medications.